Yo, what's up, Freedom Marchers? Give y'all a minute to get up in here. Freedom family, freedom lovers, all that good shit. See if the algorithm will let you guys know I'm going live. Give it a couple minutes. Thought it'd be interesting to talk about this situation. The po-po out. What's good, y'all? Y'all know what it is. Welcome to the Freedom March channel. It is Sunday, March 26th, 2023. And yeah, we got cloudy skies with some rain cracking. We had some thunderstorms going on earlier. And yeah, we're getting that spring weather to make shit really bloom. You know what I'm saying? It's a new year. And you know, who knows what year it really is. But it's the new year, you know what I'm saying? Spring is here, and that brings about the new year, you know, and that's where we at. The new year is not January, or yeah, it's not January 1st in the dead of winter. That's not, that doesn't make any sense. You know, what happened? Oh shit. Do me a favor, whoever just let that message, I can't read the chat right now, I'm on a highway. And you know, do me a favor and email me at snapzillagorilla@gmail.com, snapzillagorilla@gmail.com. If I have any moderators in the building, please post that in the chat. But it's Snapzilla, 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 and Gorilla with the GUERRILLA. Not sure if that's really how it's spelled, but that's how I spell it, and that's what it is, shout. Anyway, how y'all doing? It's a wonderful day, even though it's raining. All that does is make things grow. You feel me? The other day it was like 80 degrees, and that felt pretty good. It felt good to be outside, get some good sunlight without having to have sweaters and jackets on. You know what I'm saying? It actually feels good to have a change into the seasons. Unlike, you know, when I was in California. Anyway, or LA. Well, I want to get into this Just Pearly Things real quick. You know, if you guys don't know who Just Pearly Things is, she is, and I don't know how you couldn't if you're a YouTube watcher, if you're on YouTube, if you're a YouTube audience member or content creator, I'm pretty sure you know who Just Pearly Things is. Just Pearly Things is a white girl who is part of the Red Pill community. Alan Powell, the real AP, says she's not wrong. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. I will say that you're wrong and she's wrong, Alan. But I'm going to get into that. She's a Red Pill chick who made her name come out there. Let's see. From what I understand, she started out with this channel called White Girl Responding to Black Music, right? Like a real white girl, some shit like that. So she came out initially reacting to black people's music. And now she has really made a name for herself after Kevin Samuels passed away, in that vein of the Red Pill community, where she is talking about you know, traditional roles and what women aren't doing, and then she goes a lot into the black relationships and all that good shit. And she uses a lot of black people, a lot of black talent on her show. She hires a lot of black people, and a lot of the talent on her show that she has hired and that's signed to her are black people. A lot of them are African, and so she's had foundational black Americans on her show. She's had Africans on her show. Basically, becoming viral based on the type of content she has and the type of back and forth these people are having on her show. She really kind of like sit back and let people kind of duke it out a little bit if they have opposing views, and sometimes she'll chime in a lot with essentially the same talking points as like Kevin Samuels and other dudes in the red pill community, other black dudes in the red pill community. And recently it has come out that she had Nick Fuentes on her show. Nick Fuentes is a known wannabe white supremacist, I'll say. And he doesn't hide it. Like he denies much of the, how do I say this? What's that word how do I say it without getting my channel flagged? He is a blank denier, okay? Put the thing that happened to the Jays that starts with an H and ends with a T. He's one of those. He denies that to a degree. And, I gotta say, I don't think Nick Fuentes, I don't really know a lot of what he said about the J community and the H cost, but there are certain things about that I believe has been kind of, put out there a little bit much, they put some tools on the tens about it, you know what I'm saying? They put a little flourish on it, I'll say. But that's neither here nor there. So she's talking to him about how he's a denier of the Holocaust, and he's like, well, I deny parts of it. And then she said, well, and look, Nick Fuentes did not bring this up. He did not bring up slavery. Alan Powell, come on, dog. Yeah, some of the, you see, you can go, the Holocaust happened early and late enough in history, right? It just in the last century, to where we can actually see and have a little bit more understanding of what happened there. And, that's a little bit closer in history to us. So, yeah, some of the things might have been exaggerated, but at the end of the day, we weren't there, right? We weren't there. Everybody's going to have their say about it. The people that were victimized by it, of course, are going to say things happened a lot worse than it had. And then the people that did it, people that did the atrocity, are going to downplay it. So what you have is their story, and then you have the truth, which is somewhere in the middle. All right. Now, when it comes to, so Just Pearly Things mentioned slavery, right? She said, and Alan Powell, this is, I know you're dead wrong. I don't know where you got your information. And it's pretty asinine for you to say that. And if you're going to base it on what she said, that's even more asinine because she's ignorant as fuck. All right. Now, she said that the slavery, the accounts of slavery was exaggerated to control people. I don't know anybody, especially people of the black community. No one in the black community is controlling shit. All right. Particularly when it comes to slavery. We're not using slavery as a means of control. We're not doing that. You don't know what she said. Okay. You don't know what she said. Then what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You don't know what she said. You think that slavery was exaggerated? That's completely asinine. That's really ridiculous because it was not exaggerated. And as a matter of fact, there is a lot of evidence that shows it was a lot worse than the history books will tell you. All right. And, you know, the things that they did to slaves, all the buck breaking, all the things separating people from the. First of all, slavery in general, nothing gets much worse than that. So I don't know how you can exaggerate slavery, because what you're doing is you're kidnapping people and you're forcing them to perform labor against their will and without their consent, without any due compensation. That's what you're doing. When they have not committed a crime, they haven't done anything to anybody, you can't exaggerate that. And the things that were done to people, things we have pictures, we have pictures. We have handwritten accounts by the slave owners and the slaves, the surviving slaves, and the people that were anti-slavery that saw things that happened. Okay? So to say, and she didn't even say what part of slavery was exaggerated. Neither did Nick Fuentes about the Holocaust, right? But what she did say is she used Roots to make that determination. Oh, Alex Haley said that I wanted Roots to be a myth for my people to live by. That doesn't mean that slavery itself was exaggerated. Toby and Kunta Kinte may have been fictional characters. That was the myth that he was referring to. He wasn't talking about the level of atrocities during slavery. He was talking about the story of what, a story of a fictional character, Kunta Kinte, who was the victim of such atrocities that actually happened to real people during slavery. That was the myth. It wasn't, everything was exaggerated. No, it was not. No, it was not. You even have it to where you have, even after slavery, during sharecropping into Jim Crow laws, you have people, you have lynch mobs, you have the destruction of Rosewood, all these things that happened after slavery that were horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, suggest that slavery, the account control people. Who's controlling people with the accounts of slavery? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's controlling people? Where is the control? What control do black people have? Because I would think that the people that have the control from exaggerating slavery would be black people, because black people were slaves, right? Where is this control that we have? When have we ever had control for anything? We can't even control our own communities without, we build communities. Rosewood is an example. Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma is an example. And what did they do? They destroyed the motherfuckers. They said, "Oh no, we can't be having Negroes doing that." Is Big Gov trying to get the fuck out of here, Alan? Big Gov trying to divide. If they were trying to divide people using slavery, they would have paid reparations to every black American and taken the money from white folks. Period. They would have initiated they would have initiated reparations and gave every black person that is a descendant of slaves millions of dollars each, and they would have taken it directly from white folks and said only white people who that have a certain amount of generations back in this country are going to be taxed, right? That's how they would do it. That would really create division. Yeah, they're trying to divide and conquer through other means, right? Saying there's racism when there's not, all these other things, and then trying to convolute what racism is, so that when racism is actually happening, we're like, we don't want to fucking say shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Black people are less and less wanting to call out racism because they're like, well, we won't be taken seriously, even if there is actual racism. But they're not using the accounts of slavery itself. They're actually trying to downplay slavery. They're trying to downplay slavery and all this other shit in order to diminish the impact that slavery had on black people. If anything, they're downplaying slavery. They're not fucking exaggerating shit. There is no control. Just Pearly Things is an idiot to say, oh, she's not an idiot. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's not an idiot. She's intellectually dishonest, and she's manipulating people because she's going to get cheered on by a newly found, because I guarantee you she's going to gain a base of white conservatives. That's who she's trying to grab that audience now by saying, oh, slavery is exaggerated to control people. No, what they're trying to do control people now is they're trying to push this narrative that guns kill people, and so they're trying to do gun control. Let's focus on what really is being used to control people, not motherfucking slavery. Slavery is not one of them. They are not exaggerating slavery. Slavery happened. I don't know what people are talking about when they say, oh, it was exaggerated, it was overblown, or this, that, and the third. No, it was not. Slavery was not exaggerated. Alex Haley wrote The Roots. It was a fictional story. Well, it was fictional characters, right? Where things happened to Toby or Kunta Kinte, things that happened to him while he was resisting slavery, that would actually happen to actual slaves. Things that it was just, the myth was Toby himself, or Kunta Kinte, the made up character. He was an amalgamation, a good many slaves that resisted being slaves, right? You know when they told you when Kanye West said slavery was a choice? Well, that was the choice, right? It was a false choice. It was a false choice. It was either choice was a bad choice, because you didn't really. The choice would be to be free and mind my own fucking business. That's the real choice that people would make. If you give people a choice between slavery and being free and being left the fuck alone, those are real choices. Real choices aren't, oh, well, I could go to this country in bondage, or I can jump off the boat and die. Those aren't real choices. All right, so let's understand that. They weren't given a choice between, oh, well, you can stay here and be free. Oh, you can go ahead and go about your business. Here, why don't you take some motherfucking gold coins with you and start your new... No, that's not how it fucking worked. Even when they were freed, when they were eventually freed, they weren't given any resources. You know what I'm saying? The black folks that were freed, that had resources, got away during slavery and was able to go and try to make some of their lives in the North. But the people that were freed and just thrown out on their ass and then forced into doing sharecropping, you know what I'm saying? Those people were not, listen, exaggerated to control people. Nobody's using slavery to control any motherfucking body. Y'all got life fucked up if y'all actually believe that. If you believe that we are, like, I don't know anybody. Name me a black leader that has been able to use slavery to get shit done. Name me one. I can see the motherfucking comments now. What black leader, what black group uses slavery right now to control anything? You can't even use it to control the narrative. You should blow them two black conservative channels, Minor Jamal and Ricky Manor. I don't know. I heard of Minor Jamal about slavery, which is everybody that really cares about historic slavery, not burning hot about modern slavery, Libyan. Well, you know what, Robin Schultz? I've talked about Libyan slavery. And guess what that slavery, guess who's the victims of that slavery? Black Africans. That's why you won't hear about it, because nobody gives a shit. As a matter of exactly, Robin Schultz, if your point is, if you could indeed use slavery to control shit, you would use the motherfucking slaves in Libya that I've talked about multiple times on this channel, that our government don't give a shit about. No one gives a fuck about slavery. Nobody in power gives a fuck about people having been enslaved. I do believe control that is being referenced, this mind virus victimhood in certain communities. You know Robin Schultz? And guess what? There's guess who else is using the virus of victimhood? White folks. Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna be replaced to 10%. All this other shit. White folks, hey, don't. I will go there. White people, conservative white people, are using victimhood as well. Oh, they're doing this to the white man and all this shit. They're all, you know, if you want to go there, the great replacement theory. You know what I'm saying? I can think of many examples of when white folks have been hooping and hollering about victimhood. But that's not the point. The point wasn't about victimhood. It's about who's using what occurrence in history. We're talking about what I'm talking about is she said that people are exaggerating the accounts of slavery to control when that could not be further from the truth. That's right. Most of Nick Fuente's points are to make exactly. So, I mean, everybody uses victimhood to get the shit they want. The Jays use victimhood. If you say, oh, the Jays, they own a lot of buildings, don't talk about us. Like, come on. They have laws in place that specifically protect the Semitics. The anti-Semitic bill in the executive order that Donald Trump initiated, it refers to colleges, but still, black people, we don't even have laws that protect specifically black people. The Civil Rights Act does not just protect black people. Black people don't control shit. We can't control shit because of the victims that, yeah. And guess what? Throwing out this victimhood word is shaming language, right? You're trying to shame people who were victims of something so that they don't fucking complain about it. Are you complaining about slavery? What for? You wasn't no slave and this, that. The fuck out of here. That is shaming language. You're shaming a slave, a victim, for having actually been a victim. That doesn't mean that they're weak or that they're fucking below you. What that means is they were victimized. If somebody hacks my credit card and takes thousands of dollars from my motherfucking bank account, I am a victim of fraud. You know, y'all, it's a dog whistle, right? Whatever the fuck these words, y'all like to use the word dog whistle, virtue signaling, all this other shit. That's a dog whistle. Y'all don't even know how to use the words correctly. Victimhood. Oh, victimhood this, victimhood that. What you trying to say is that if you're gonna throw that word around, make sure that the person that's claiming to be a victim isn't actually a victim. Right? Like white people claiming to be part of this great replacement conspiracy. That's a fucking, now you're claiming victimhood that isn't actually in existence. Robin the Show says, Mighty Mouse, aka Christopher Yarborough, the fact is black slaves were more valuable over the Irish. Yeah, the Irish were indentured servants. Here's the thing that happened with the Irish, okay? The Irish were indentured servants. They were the closest things to slaves, but they were indentured servants. They actually got paid. They lived in better conditions, and that was one way to, you know, kind of like insulate themselves, right? The slave owners, they would, you know what I'm saying? And then there were in the early times, there was a revolt that involved Irish and black people. There were Irish revolts and black people and Irish revolted together. They did indeed. But that was a huge problem. So what they did was they say, you know what? let's promote the Irish. Give them a little bit more power, give them a little bit more money, give them a little bit more autonomy, and then we'll use them to control the black slaves. So they made them overseers, and they made them whip crackers, and they made them, slave patrolmen. So, yeah, they were, they were down with the slaves for a little bit, but once they got that little promotion, they were like, okay, give me that whip. So listen, yeah, victimhood is a currency. So, but throwing a word victimhood at somebody, oh, you're acting like a victim, like it's shaming language. If someone's an actual victim, you don't want to. If somebody's a victim of the R word, are you gonna, if they have like some flashbacks, if you say something or if you act in an aggressive manner and their PTSD kicks in and they start acting out, are you going to say, oh, you're acting like a victim, knowing that they were that they were R-worded, but are you going to shame them when they have these triggers, when they get triggered and recount the horrible shit that happened to them? Are you going to then call out their victimhood and shame them as if they should feel bad? This is the retard. That's what's creating the vision. All the elites they don't have to do a lot of work. All they had to do was set the fucking table. We're the ones having the fucking food fight at the table. We're the one, you know what I'm saying? That's why I hate talking points. And I use some of them sometimes because it's very prolific now, all these goddamn words. Alpha this, sigma that, virtue signal this, all these words that people, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Victimhood this, snowflake that. And when you're fucking hypocrites. Everybody that's calling out these terms are fucking hypocrites. That's why I don't fucking do it. Unless I'm making a point. All you people hollering victimhood this, virtue signal that, y'all all do the shit. Y'all all virtue signal. Y'all all dog whistle. Y'all all pull the victimhood card. Miss me with the bullshit. Y'all all do it. But when we call out a stupid broad or a intellectually dishonest broad, like just Pearly Things, for talking shit she don't even know what the fuck she talking about, based on a book written by a man who said he wanted to create a myth for his people to live by, when he was just referring to the fucking characters being made up to account to show a story of actual events that happened all throughout the enslaved South. Oh, well, some plantations were better than others. Oh, well, they weren't all that bad. It was lawful. All these other words, right? How many people said, well, slavery was lawful? It's these law and order people. It's you law and order motherfuckers that really, you guys, your fucking heads don't work right. All you law and order folks. Oh, well, slavery was legal. So what the problem is? Oh, why should you get reparations? Oh, when the motherfucking slave owners got reparations. The slave owners got reparations immediately. Oh, well, what about the British? They freed the first slaves, and they did this, that, and the third. So that don't change the facts. And we're talking about right here in the United States. And understand, those of you who say, oh, well, everybody has slavery. All the countries, every group has slaves. All this, that, and the third. Well, just know that Just Pearly Things is saying slavery was exaggerated. So she talking about your slavery. She talking about the Irish slavery. She talking about the slavery over there, slavery over here, slavery over there. Which slavery is she referring to? Is it only the slavery that happened to black people that's exaggerated? So if that's the case, then I can just say all that other slavery that y'all said happened all across the world wasn't slavery. It was just part of the game. You were a captured prisoner of war, and your ass got put to work, and you were eventually assimilated into that culture, into that society. No, it was exaggerated. It wasn't no. All slavery was exaggerated then. How about that? The thing is this. There is no basis for what she said. It was completely fucking false. Completely, it just didn't make any goddamn sense. And not to mention, she's letting this Nick Fuentes character talk shit. Oh, and then the chick that was on Gabby said that he told her off camera that he was disgusted by the fact that she had a black boyfriend. Gabby is an Italian. And by the way, Nick Fuentes is Mexican and Italian. Okay? Mexican. He's a mixed race motherfucker, which he hates. So I would suggest that Nick Fuentes is a little Hitler guy. Maybe that's why he's denying the Holocaust. Y'all are all hypocrites. Y'all are all hypocrites. And full of crap. Just Pearly full of crap. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she used black talent and black production to boost her name, to boost her channel. And now she's going to do things like invite Nick Fuentes, which she has every right to do. Matter of fact, I don't even want Pearly canceled. Keep her ass up there. Let her invite all the outright whoever she wants. Nick Fuentes, he has the right to say everything he wants to say. He has a right to be racist in his words, as long as he's not harming anybody. Judge Pearly Things has a right to be intellectually dishonest. It just makes it easier for people to debunk her. Let's not cancel people. I'm an anarchist, so everybody, as long as she's not causing any harm to anybody, she can say whatever she wants. She can say whatever she wants. She can say whatever. I don't care. I don't want her canceled. I want her to continue to say the things that she wants to say and expose herself for who she is. That's why censorship is so horrible, because you're hiding the true nature of individuals from the people that should be exposed to it. If they want to talk their shit, they want to talk their talk and come out and say, hey, I believe this, I believe that. And it's very controversial and it's seemingly like, oh, horrible. Yeah, people think that what Just Pearly Things said was horrible about slavery. But guess what? This is what most people think about slavery. Especially those people who say get over it. Oh, wasn't that big a deal. Oh, slavery was the best thing to happen to black people. Those type of people. Oh, well, there were good slave plantations too. Oh, there were, they were given rosebuds and, they had house slaves. House slaves, they could eat the gravy after all the people ate the roast beef. All those type of people. It's just exposing them. Like, okay, we know what they believe now. Yeah, let's let these motherfuckers keep talking and yipping and yapping. Your boy Mighty Mouse has turned into a conservative because he's putting public black people down. Fuck it, man. Yeah, I think Nick Fuentes might be controlled ops. Let him keep talking his shit, though. It's up to us to have the discernment. Your boy Mighty Mouse has turned into a conservative. He been like that. That's the type of cat he been. Mighty Mouse has been what he's been. He didn't change shit. The fact black people's slaves were made more valuable over Irish. Most Nick Fuentes points are, you should expose to, Mighty Mouse, are we surprised? He called Milk girlfriend a gorilla, right? And she's black. So, we know. We know what these people are. At the end of the day, if you have white friends, white supporters, white anything, white people that's rocking with you, and they are racist, it will expose itself over time. It has no choice. It will pop up. It will happen. I don't mean you and Mouse are friends bashing. No, I don't. I know you don't. I know you don't think we're friends. That's what. That's what they do. That's what they do. Right? Mooch said that Mighty Mouse is talking shit about black people and then hanging out with black people. That's what the fuck they do. Right? Especially if they have a little power, a little fame. But guess what? I don't blame Mighty Mouse for that. Only thing I blame Mighty Mouse for is being a kiddie diddler. He's a child diddler. That's what I blame him for. That's what the fuck he needs to get. He's gonna go down for that, by the way. He can't hide from that. I don't care how many celebrity BKFC fighters he poses with, all these things, it's gonna catch up with him one day. But if he's crapping on black people openly and for the public to see, and black people are still fucking with him, that's on them black people. That's on them. If you still rocking with these people after they showed you they ass to kiss, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That I don't feel bad for them black people that he's hanging out with. They have to know what they ain't got phones and the internet. These motherfuckers know what type of person Mighty Mouse is. It's on them. They're showing who they are. They're showing the type of people they are. See, this is the thing. This is why censorship is so horrible. If you allow people to say what they want to say on the internet, they will expose themselves eventually. And you know how to fuck with them people after that. And if they say some crazy shit about a certain group of people, and then people from that same group still fuck with them, you know that you can't, you're not fucking with them either. It makes it easier for you to say, all right, this is who I'm rocking with. This is who I'm not rocking with. Anyway, I got to go, guys. Much love. Like, share, subscribe. It was great talking to y'all. I got to get up in here. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And I won't be surprised if those black people in her production crew and in her talent crew are still going to fuck with her. They probably will, because they like the money. You understand what I'm saying? They probably going to still fuck with her. And guess what? Some of them going to fuck with her, and then they going to flip on her ass, and some of them going to rock with her to the end. That's on them. You feel me? But all right, guys. Peace out. Robin the Show says, my people were historic slavers. They conquered in combat, captured soul slaves and other Euro trash, so I feel bad about it. That was on who? On the Slavs? It's on the Slavs that they were captured and enslaved. Yo, Robin, that's a wild statement. That people that were forced into slavery and sold and treated like shit, it's on them. Well, that's an interesting take. That is a very interesting take. I don't know about that, pimp. All right, peace out.